Title: The Financial Crisis of 2008, A Story of Greed and Consequence. Opening shot: a bustling Wall Street scene in 2008, traders and bankers moving quickly and confidently through the streets. A voiceover begins. Voiceover: In the years leading up to 2008, the financial industry had been on a roll. The economy was booming, and everyone seemed to be making money. But beneath the surface, a dangerous game was being played, and it was about to have disastrous consequences. Cut to a montage of news clips from 2008, showing headlines about the housing market collapse, bank bailouts, and stock market crashes. Voiceover: The crisis began with the housing market. Banks were lending money to people who couldn't afford to pay it back, and then packaging those loans into complex financial products that were sold to investors around the world. Cut to a boardroom scene, where a group of bankers are discussing the financial products they're creating. Banker 1: We need to find more subprime loans to package into these mortgage-backed securities. Banker 2: But those loans are risky. They're not likely to be repaid. Banker 1: That's true, but we can still make a lot of money by selling these products to investors. We'll just make sure to spread the risk around. Cut back to the Wall Street scene. Voiceover: But the risk wasn't spread around enough. When the housing market collapsed, the financial products that were based on those loans became worthless, and investors around the world suffered huge losses. Cut to a news conference with government officials announcing a bank bailout. Government official: We have decided to provide a bailout to several of the largest banks in the country. This is necessary to stabilize the financial system and prevent a total collapse of the economy. Cut back to the Wall Street scene. Voiceover: The bank bailout was necessary, but it also highlighted the unfairness of the financial system. While ordinary people were losing their homes and their savings, the bankers who had caused the crisis were being bailed out with taxpayer money. Cut to a protest scene, with people holding signs that read "Wall Street greed" and "Taxpayers shouldn't pay for bankers' mistakes." Voiceover: The crisis of 2008 was a wake-up call for many people. It showed that the financial industry had become too powerful and too disconnected from the needs of ordinary people. It also showed the dangers of unchecked greed and the need for greater regulation of the financial system. Closing shot: a montage of news clips from the years since 2008, showing new regulations being put in place, protests against Wall Street, and interviews with people who lost their homes or savings during the crisis. Voiceover: The crisis of 2008 was a painful and difficult time for many people. But it also led to important changes and reforms that have made the financial system more stable and more accountable. And it serves as a reminder of the importance of staying vigilant against the dangers of greed and excess.